Yesterday would have been my husband's 80th birthday, and I had started thinking way back last year when he turned 79 that this year we'd have a big celebration. I, of course, had no idea at that point that he only would live another month. I figured certainly he'd live into his 90s and that this year, when he was 80, I would figure out a way to get all of my kids gathered and have a big party. So, as the day was approaching, I thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to spend the day so I don't spend the day crying and mourning over the fact that he isn't here for his 80th birthday? So, there were some things my husband really loved. One of them was Oreos. So, a couple weeks back, I ordered a big case of individually wrapped Oreos, and I thought I will give those out to people that I see on his 80th birthday. And I did do that. And I emailed my kids and I said, do something special for Dad's birthday and send me a photo of it so that I can celebrate with you and honor him in this way. And all of my kids did that. One of the daughters that lives close to the gravesite took flowers, and her two daughters went along with her. They sent me pictures. Another daughter took Boston cream donuts to her church's coffee hour because Bill loved Boston cream donuts. Another daughter had hot fudge sundaes with her family because Bill also loved hot fudge sundaes. Are you getting the theme? He really liked anything that was a combination of chocolate and cream. And then out in California, my son and his wife and their kids, which are the three youngest grandchildren, they all ate Oreos and sent me a picture of them eating Oreos. So everybody celebrated. I gave out Oreos, and I got through the day without crying. So I think it's important to have a plan for how you're going to celebrate special occasions. I've mentioned that before. Something else, however, that this brought to mind is that not everyone is comfortable with the idea of death and someone grieving. Now, most of the people that I gave the Oreos to yesterday reacted very positively. Some of them raised their Oreo over their head and said, "Thank you, Bill." And some of them said, "Oh, what a sweet way to remember a sweet man." That was great. One person, however, that I gave an Oreo to said, "Why do people think that they always have to celebrate with food?" What? I thought of a snappy comeback, but not until about 2 hours later. I thought, I should have said, if you don't want to eat the Oreo, you could go out and run a 5K. That's something he enjoyed too, because Bill was a runner and he loved to run. So anyone that wanted to run in his honor and as a way of remembering him, that would have been fun. Now, I could have been hurt by that comment, but I thought, some people just don't know what to do with death and grief. And I've had that experience before. After my mother died and she was eulogized, somebody came up and said to me, "Well, you're never going to live up to that." What a strange thing to say. Actually, my mother was a wonderful person. I loved my mother, and she deserved every good thing that was said about her. But did I want to be just like my mother? No, I'm a very different person. And the path God had for her is not the path God had for me. So I wasn't terribly offended by what the woman said. I just kind of shrugged it off and thought, some people are just uncomfortable with the idea of death and someone grieving. So many of you who are widows may have experienced that too. People may say insensitive things. I'm not sure that I have ever said something insensitive to someone who is grieving. Just forgive them. It's not worth it to let it eat you up. And do find a way to celebrate your husband's next birthday, especially if it's a big one like the 80th.